Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Friday to you all. Hopefully, you're wrapping up your weekend nicely, or if you're watching this at another point in the week, hopefully, you're having a great day nonetheless. Y'all in the comment section from when we last checked out Mr. Kyung Soo, I think only yesterday or 2 days ago, told me that his most recent era, because we checked out the title track Mars when that dropped, y'all told me there was a pre-release out called Popcorn. So that's what we're going to check out today. Ideally, I would have gotten around to the rest of the album today, but, well, scheduling didn't end up happening that way. I'm going to try and get around to it on the weekend if I can make some time to do so, but either way, I got to check out more Kyung Soo music, and I'm not going to complain about that whatsoever. I loved Mars. Mars was a terrifically groovy and smooth song that I just love listening to. In fact, I was listening to it on the train today, and it was quite a vibe indeed. And I think, the last two EXO related solo releases we checked out, Chanyeol's Good Enough, Kyungsoo's Mars, kind of go hand in hand with each other, and they are quickly becoming some of my favorite solo music songs to listen to for the last little while. So let's see what Popcorn is all about, shall we? Here we go! Rightio, Popcorn. I haven't heard anything from this, and admittedly, I haven't really heard anything from this entire release, apart from when we checked out Mars, and that was, well, a terrific song, and very much played into my wheelhouse and my musical interests and so on. And I don't know enough about Kyung Soo's solo music at all, really, to kind of get a hold on what type of music Popcorn could be, but from the handful of songs that we got to check out from him on the channel so far, I've been mightily impressed. So, let's see where this one's gonna go, shall we? Here we go! Why is the volume maxed out? If it's anything like Mars, this is gonna be a great time.
처음 만난 그날의 장면 참 나답지 않던 그 떨림 무표정이 서있던 날 잊은 듯 맘 설레게 했던 예쁜 웃음 봄날처럼 포근한 눈빛 내 맘을 녹였던가 봐 두 눈에 씌워진 콩깍지처럼 너의 모든 순간이 예뻐 보여 그대가 내게 준 설렘이죠 처음 그날처럼 그대 보면 행복해져
that 12/8 instrumental part is consistent. Okay.
터질 듯 설레 마치 팝콘 달콤해진 맘이 매일 팝콘처럼 튀는 느낌
Alright, I'm sold. Here we go.
터질 듯 설레 마치 팝콘 매일의 새로운 면도
I love the way this song progresses because it's so natural and it's so subtle, but it's so effective. I also love this instrumental choice in 12/8. The fact that the song is in standard 4, but that plucky synth part is in triplets, so it ends up becoming 12. It gives it a really cool liveliness to it. Oh my goodness. Love that reverby fill. Ooh, bring it down.
둘만의 모든 순간도 터질 듯 설레 마치 팝콘 사랑이란 벚꽃잎이 걸음마다 휘날리지 함께할 모든 순간도 터질 듯 설레 마치 팝콘
Wow. Okay. That's super nice. And once again is a song that very much is easy to listen to. It doesn't require a whole lot of brain power to enjoy, much like Mars was. It's extremely easy to listen to, like Mars. It's extremely groovy, like Mars. It's a surprisingly bright song for being not very in your face, much like Mars was. And yeah, I'm sold. 2 for 2 already on this album. Let's go again. Let's go again. This song's very clever because, actually, you know what? We'll talk before we even probably started, but what this song does for me really well is the fact that it provides a lot of energy in the beat and how the way the song listens to without doing a whole lot. It's just simple stuff like a really quick, repetitive rhythm on the synthesizer. And that's really about it. That's adding like energy into this song, because I reckon without it, this song would be pretty slow. But because the instrumental part kind of has that constant running feel to it, it pushes the song forward, makes it feel faster than it actually is. And I think that's very clever. I can skip forward one more, can't I? That actually might be a palm muted guitar. Or supposed to be a palm muted guitar rather than a synth, but
내 맘을 녹였던가 봐 두 눈에 씌워진 콩깍지처럼 너의 모든 순간이 예뻐 보여 그대가 내
and maybe it's also the kind of constant snapping too that's giving it a more lighthearted feel to it. And maybe it's a combination of the two, but the key it's written in is definitely bright. So it automatically has that kind of brighter sensation to it. That kind of oscillating back and forth triplet synthesizer is also very cool. And again, as I explained earlier, kind of gives it that natural quickness to it. The snapping, I think, especially paired with that instrumental part, gives it another layer of that casual sensation. Kyung Soo's vocals, and they're sitting pretty medium range, but it's bright and it's not forced out at all. It feels pretty laid back. Not like laid back like there's a lot of color to it, but it doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of intended like dark emotion to it. So it feels very free-spirited. And I think that combination of it just all gives it that really casual vibe without doing a whole lot.
처음 그날처럼 그댈 보면 행복해져 떨림을 잊었던 마음도 터질 듯 설레 마치 팝콘 달콤해진 맘이 매일 팝콘처럼
Who hasn't danced around an ironing board in a washing machine like he does? Like the little iron choreo with the steam just boosh, boosh. I'm gonna try that next time I break out the ironing board and iron, but the chorus, again, pop music, especially on this kind of brighter stuff. If you've been around for long enough, you know I've talked about this kind of en masse, but pre-chorus song drops down, which Popcorn does, and then it eventually slowly builds up. Usually, if it's more digital-based song, it'll have a bunch of white noise kind of rush in, and then boom, you have your main drop. It's the killing point of the song. It's usually the loudest point of the song. With Popcorn, you know it's the chorus because you're getting that layered vocal, you're getting all the instrumentals back. but the actual execution, if you assign it like a numerical value in terms of decibel increase and stuff like that, really isn't a very large difference. The song itself is not very punchy. It's actually quite calm, but because of the way it sets itself up, very minimal setup, it doesn't rise a whole lot. Because of it, once that full drop comes in with your double vocals, with all the instruments, even though they aren't the most lively and energetic parts in the world that kind of attack your eardrums, it does enough to make it pronounced enough for it to be recognized as a chorus. And the fact that we get the double vocal harmony too, like, go back to that. Like, musically, there isn't a whole lot that's different, but you know this is the chorus just because of how it was included in the song, how it's written into the song. And because of it, when you extend or when you continue it into verse 2, the difference really isn't a whole lot. Maybe it drops down a notch, like a hair. But the song itself is super consistent, which makes listening to it very easy because you don't have to really like think too hard about it. But it does enough differences in between the phases for your brain to easily understand that you're in a different part of the song without doing major changes like that. So it's kind of taking the best of both worlds and meeting right in the middle and doing it perfectly for me. Lots of waffling on that one, but waffle I must, waffle I will. It's very good. It's really good. And honestly, well, how many times have I said this year? I don't know. I probably should have kept track at some point, but if the title track and the pre-release are this good, how good is the rest of the album going to be? That is what I'm very curious to find out. I'm also really curious to see who's worked on both Mars and Popcorn, because there's certain parts where it's similarly composed in terms of like the little nitty-gritty details that go into the song that I really like. But also, like, is it the same minds that's worked on his previous stuff, say, his Blossom Somebody era from last time around? So I'm going to be looking forward to that once we do the album listen, which I will be doing the album listen. I was on the edge, on the fence about it after the title track just because of time constraints, but now that we've checked out the title track, I'm going to listen to the rest of the album. So keep your eyes peeled for that if you're interested, but that is going to be it for me today. Thank you all for listening along, watching along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today. Let's work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be checking with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, an ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.